I need to put all that energy back into me. Because when you're there all the time for other people, it gets to a point where you also abandon yourself. What's up everyone? My name is Chevanie, aka SimplyChevy, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. I want to start off this video with just talking about the fact that I feel so happy being alone. As of lately, I have been focusing on myself. And when I mean focusing on myself, it's to the point where I'm not even like worried about anyone else. Like I'm not worried about anyone else. I'm not checking anybody else. I'm not, on my phone all the time. Sometimes TikTok does get addicting, but besides that, I have been just so focused. I've been reading. I've been trying to become a better person and becoming the best version of myself. And whether that's through reading, spirituality, just really connecting and creating a closer relationship to God, and just focusing on my mental, my physical, emotional health. And it feels so good. Something I noticed about myself within the last couple years is that I feel like I got so distracted and sidetracked. I got so distracted because I had certain types of people in my life, or I was in certain environments, and those environments were distracting me from my goals and from my purpose. But the second that I slowly started to let go of those things, I noticed how much better I feel. I feel more at peace, not worrying or thinking about other people. So examples of things that I would do is like, always talking to people all the time. Like, so when you're talking to people on the phone, like every day, or like texting people every day, sometimes it could be depleting. Like depleting your energy, and also helping people. And I don't know if anyone could relate to this, but something I used to love doing is helping people all the time. Anytime you needed me, I would like be there. And I think I used to be like super available to everybody, to anyone that needed help. I'd be like, yeah, I got you. Like, you need this. And I realized that I need to put all that energy back into me. Because when you're there all the time for other people, it gets to a point where you also abandon yourself. And I really felt like it was just important to share this message to whoever on my channel, whoever that watches this video, because I want to remind others that it's important to take care of yourself. It's important to focus on yourself so you can achieve your goals, so that you can fulfill your purpose in life. And whatever plans that you have, or whatever plans that, if you believe in a higher power, whatever plans that God has for you. And that's something that, because I was so available to other people, like I said, I kind of abandoned parts of myself. I focused less on what I needed and focused on what other people needed. And so when you focus so much on what other people need, you start pouring into them, but then you don't have anyone pouring into you. And so all of that energy, all of what you have left inside of you is going into other people. And you slowly start to lose parts of yourself because you're constantly pouring into others. Because instead of adding more, you're like removing parts of yourself, or you're taking parts of yourself. And that's when it gets scary, and that's when you start feeling like you are lost, like you don't know what you're doing, what's going on. And then when you feel like you need help, and at least that's what it felt like for me, when I felt like I needed help, I would always try to like see if there was anyone to help me, but there wasn't really as much people there. like the same people that I would pour into weren't the same people that would pour back into me. And I think it's also okay to understand that not everyone's going to pour back into you. Not everyone's going to help you. Not everyone's going to be there to save you. And I think that's why it's so important to be there for yourself and prioritize yourself and keeping yourself at the top of your value. Like, I feel like once I started doing that, I slowly started to see shifts in how I feel, shifts in my actions and my mindset, and it honestly feels so good. Like, it feels so good. I really feel more at peace. But it's so interesting because I've also noticed how people would react to that. People are so used to me always pouring, always, giving advice and like talking and stuff like that. That got to a point where when I stopped doing that, people noticed, and not everyone's going to like this version of you. That version of you that likes to be alone, that likes to be to yourself. Like, people are going to think that's weird. So that's something that I've been experiencing now. But honestly, being able to let go it's the best feeling ever. And it has been a blessing in disguise because I've been able to reflect more on my decisions that like I've been making with my life, where I'm just like, you know what? I didn't have to do that, or I could have handled this a different way, or maybe this is actually what I want to do with my life. This is actually the direction I want to move towards. This is actually my purpose. And this conversation that I'm having with you guys right now, it kind of reminds me of a conversation I had with someone, and they said, don't live other people's lives. And I think that's something that I've done for a while. Living other people's lives, other people's dreams, the things that other people wanted for me, or the things that other people, said that they wanted in terms of their intentions for me, was always to benefit them, never necessarily about me. And this is like, I don't blame anyone for anything. It's just more so like a self-reflection of just realizing that I need to protect my energy. And that is my top priority. Protecting my energy from people with ill intentions. Protecting my energy from people that want to take my energy. Because that energy is what makes me me. And I can't keep pouring into other people without pouring into myself. And I can't continue to abandon myself for other people. As much as I want to help people, I can't always be there. I need to value protecting myself. And it's so funny because for a while people would say, be careful or protect yourself. And it finally has clicked to me that that's exactly what I need to do. And so that's what I've been doing. So I hope that someone can relate to this message. I hope whoever's out there, comment down below if you can relate to this message. But I just felt like it was so important to share because this has really been a very interesting journey. So let me get into some things I've been doing in order to protect my energy. I have been definitely staying inside more and not going out as much. I haven't been on social media as much. TikTok definitely gets me. I don't know if I said this earlier in my video, but TikTok is one of those apps that can be very addicting, so I slowly have to get off of that. But I actually kind of enjoy being on TikTok more than I do on Instagram. Staying off of social media has also been great. and just kind of like asking myself, like, what do I need? So I've also been doing things like journaling. I've been reading so much more books. Like, it feels really good, especially now that I have a bit more time. It's so freeing to just focus on myself and not worrying as much about what's gonna happen next in my life, and kind of just like going with whatever I feel like it's important and whatever I need right now. And I'm just really proud of myself. I mastered detachment in a way, and it actually feels good. Like, it's to the point where I'm just like, I don't even know if I want this anymore. Like, I don't think I want this. I don't want this person in my life. I don't want this relationship anymore. It's just to the point where I'm just like, no, I feel so good being alone. Like, I'm not gonna do anything that's going to jeopardize my peace. And it feels really good. So that's what I've been trying to do. And it's so interesting because I feel like when I started doing that, I noticed that there were people that would start like hitting me up. Like, within the last few weeks, I noticed people hitting me up from the past, and it's not a flex at all. Like, I actually would like for people to not text me anymore, respectfully. I really enjoy being alone right now. And right now my focus is myself, and I think it's okay to be selfish. I think it's okay to be selfish. And I think selfish is not necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily like, everyone has like their own definition and connotation of it. And oftentimes there's connotations of being selfish where people think that, you know, it means, oh yeah, like, you don't care about anybody else. Like, it's just all about you. But like in a bad way, when really it's actually kind of a good thing. I think it's important to have boundaries for yourself, and your boundaries with yourself and with other people, and like within your relationships, because it's like, okay, like, I want to help you, I want to be there for you, but I have to be there for myself. So yeah, I think that's really my message today, which is protect your peace. And it is okay to be alone. And if you ever get lonely, there's so many different things that you have to do. If you feel lonely, it's not necessarily loneliness. I think it's the feeling, you might feel lonely because you are running away from yourself, or you're running away from something, and you have to stop running away. You have to really self-reflect and take time to be with yourself. Because if you're feeling lonely, that means that you have invested yourself too much into other things and other people, and you have abandoned yourself. I think that's really what loneliness is. But the moment that you stop feeling like that, and the moment that you stop running away, you won't feel like this is loneliness. You will be alone, but you won't feel lonely. So something that has definitely helped me is like reading books. I noticed that something I love to do is listen to someone's voice, whether I'm going to sleep or, you know, whether I'm just going throughout the day. So I like to listen to books or listen to music, and that really makes me feel good. So I definitely encourage whoever out there that's listening to this video to try that, and also try something new. And contrary to what I might have said earlier, but it's okay to also meet new people too. Just make sure that you have discernment, and make sure that you know who's for you and who's not. You pay attention to people's intentions, and you pay attention to who should be in your life, who should not, who wants to take from you versus someone that wants to give or add. to your life. So those are some things I've noticed. Yeah, I think that's really all I have to say. So if you guys want to learn more about what I've been doing on this journey of just, protecting my peace, protecting my happiness, and there's so much I didn't mention, but protecting my energy means, like I said, protecting my peace, protecting my happiness, protecting my love, my kindness. And it's not necessarily like having a guard up, but it's just making sure that I treat it as something valuable. And I treat everything that I have to give as treasure. And I don't just give out treasure just to anybody, but I make sure that I'm careful with who I share this with. And I think that's something that I really needed to remind myself, that I can't give to everybody. I can't be the person that everybody needs. However, I'm not going to get out of character for anyone. I think another important thing about protecting your presence, protecting yourself, is just knowing that it's not something that you can give to everybody. Knowing that you need to have discernment, understanding what you are giving as well. Just being careful. Being very careful, being very precautious. Knowing that not everyone deserves your energy, not everyone deserves your time, your presence, all the things that you have to give. And you don't have to get out of character for anyone. You still want to be yourself. But this is what I was going to say. Which is, you're not changing yourself. You are still continuing to be yourself. So it's like learning to have self-control. You are choosing wisely. And you are being careful with the environments that you put yourself in, or that you surround yourself in. The environments, the people that you surround yourself with. Just being more selective with what you do with your energy, who you share it with, and how you share it as well. And knowing that you don't need to give your entire self. You can give little bits of it. That has been my journey. Comment down below if you've been going through this. Honestly, this kind of feels like a breakthrough for me. I've been lost for a while, like confused for a minute now. So this definitely does feel like a breakthrough, because it got me to a point of just like having self-realization. It feels good. Comment down below if this message sticks with you. Also, comment down below if you guys want to join me on this journey of learning more about myself / ourselves, and just self-reflecting, and just the self-love healing journey. Comment down below. I will see you guys in the next one. And bye, guys.